So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world. And welcome to a brand new interview of the Shield Dude on a Couch. And today, for the second time on the channel, I got Tuomas, but last year we had him from Wolfheart. Now we have him for the band Before the Dawn, which will release Cold Flare Eternal on September the 5th. So, Tuomas, you look cold, man.
I look cold.
Yes.
Well, it's the Finnish summer. This is the best we can get. It's like we have maybe like 2 or 3 warm days, like really warm days in the whole summer, and the rest of it's like this. So this is Finnish people are hoodie people. That's just
Okay, yeah, no, yeah, that's good to know.
we
So
we can only blame our ancestors. Like I don't know why they decide they could have stayed a lot more south in Europe, but they by some weird reason they decided to travel quite up far in the north, and this is our punishment.
that's your punishment. So
Yeah.
so this new album by Before the Dawn, because actually you started Before the Dawn before Wolfheart.
Yeah.
Your this album is gonna be out with Reaper Entertainment, and this is following your 2023 album Stormbringer from 2023. So what would you say, is the evolution like difference from that album to the new one, Cold Flare Eternal?
I would say the energy overall, like the energy inside the band. We have a new label now. We since Stormbringer came out, we have already done 2 European tours, 1 longer Finnish tour, a lot of festivals. So we are in a lot different place as a band that we were with Stormbringers. That was like we were basically starting the engine, and now we've been traveling and playing together. Like we actually became like a really well-functioning machine during these 2 years. So it's a completely different like starting point, and that energy, like being able to play like European venues and festivals and a lot of venues in Finland, and the whole interaction with the audience, that kind of like gives completely different, like you already have a fire but you pour gasoline on that. I think that would be the best way to explain it. It's just we were super excited 2023 with the Stormbringers, but now a lot of good things kept on happening for the band, and that just made things even more fun, and bringing that excitement to the studio. And knowing that we're going to tour again, we have another European tour starting in September. We already have festivals lined up for next year's summer. So this momentum also is part of the energy that we brought to the studio with the new album. So it's just like a 1 gear faster and better and more fun and whatever you can imagine.
Yeah. And on this project, on Like Wolfheart, you don't have to carry the whole singing.
No.
You do some. So in this one, you get to more play the guitar. And something, this is gonna be funny. The last time that I talked with you, when we talked about Wolfheart, we talked about you making music videos out in the cold. And for now, the free music videos for this album, it's all cozy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wonder if Tuomas said to me, like, because last time you told me, yeah, it was too cold. You said, no, these music videos for Before the Dawn, I'm doing them.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Boy, there's also like Wolfheart is the music style that we created for Wolfheart is winter metal. So we need to follow up that choice of a style. So, well, I can reveal you something. There might be some new music also coming from Wolfheart, and I am working with the video production at the moment. So there's gonna be at least 1 very warm video for Wolfheart, just to break the cycle. But yeah, that's the with Wolfheart we have a certain like a pressure, not a pressure, but I want to also bring the Nordic nature a lot more heavier, and that brings the certain coldness of the weather and the winter and stuff like that. But it is a lot more cozier to do videos when you are not cold. Yeah.
Yes.
So and exactly it works on my benefit because I already have Wolfhard with the whole winter metal theme and Nordic nature and stuff like that. So it's actually even like literally better for Before the Dawn to step out from that, so we don't have similar visual like a style. So it actually it's I have to do things differently with Before the Dawn, and as a bonus of that, I get to do videos inside.
Yeah.
So
And this album for Before the Dawn, because I listened to it, it's you know, it's very melodic. It's a very melodic death metal album with some like great catchy songs to it. So I was watching the music videos, and I could swear I could see you in one playing the drums.
yeah, well that's what I like. I do play the rhythm guitars in the studio still,
Okay.
but on the live shows since we started on again 2023, I only play drums live.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because because in the promo it says guitar player, but I'm like, I'm watching him in the video band those
Yeah.
drums.
Yeah, I do play guitar in the studio. That makes still a lot of sense because I did play all the rhythm guitars back in the day, so that's kind of like part of the sound. That's what Juho, our sound engineer and solo guitar player, also prefers. He does all the melodies and all that, like fancier stuff with guitar, but live, I only play drums, and I do think it's really good to separate both bands. That I'm not standing in the front anymore with Before the Dawn, and it's also so much more fun for me. Like I love playing drums, and I get to play enough guitar with Wolfhard already, so I'm not missing out anything that I play drums. And I actually, back in the days, I did play drums on 3 Before the Dawn albums. So most of the songs that we have in our set list at the moment are the songs that I originally played drums, but never get to do drums live. So I have this drumming connection for a lot of the songs already. So it's to me it's a win-win. I get to play the songs again, but now I get to be the drummer. I don't need to stand in the front. I can leave the spotlight for the other guys. I can just sit back and just focus a little bit more in the music and not me being like the entertainer in front of the audience.
Yeah, so it's good that you get to do different things here and play the drums on this one. Plus, you know, yeah, like you don't have to be on front, like you don't have to worry about like the singing that much. You're banging the drums. So you have already 3 singles for this album. You have the first one was Fatal Design, As Above, So Below, and A Stellar Effect, which just came out, I think, like yesterday.
A week ago.
A week.
No, it was last Friday, 4
That's
days ago. Yeah, 4 days ago.
Oh, so let's talk about this track. Tell me a little bit about I'm guessing, in this band, do you let more the singer work on the lyrics that obviously on your other project?
I still do all the lyrics for Before the Dawn. There's one part that Baba wrote with me, but I let a lot of room for the vocal arrangement and ideas. Like I do same with Wolfhard actually. Like always when I think that this is a good part for Lauri or Vagelis, and same with Before the Dawn with all the vocals, I let the singers bring their own ideas first, and I just shut up. Like I don't. There's a funny saying in Finnish language that translates: you should never teach your father how to fuck.
What?
You should never teach your father how to fuck, because
Oh.
obviously he did you already, so he knows how it's done. So Finland we have a lot of weird and funny sayings, but like they know their craft better than me, so why would I tell them what to do? I can always give them ideas later and bring some like arrangement ideas and stuff like that on the table, but they gonna do the vocals for all the shows and the album eventually, so it has to be from them originally, and then I just give my input when it's needed, if it's needed, and I do mix the arrangement a little bit when I get the final lyrics done. But on this album, most of like 99% of the lyrics are based on the rhythmics of Paavo's vocal ideas, and I think it's really good, more more creators you have will always improve for the vinyl thing. A lot of people think that I'm just like a dictatorship, that I tell how things go, but I never do that in real life. It's just weird image that I sometimes have for some people, but yeah, Paavo did like all the main arrangements and melodies and stuff like that, and we worked based on those ideas for the final vocal
Okay.
tracks. What happens with vocals is Paavo.
Yeah. So next time I see my father, I'm gonna tell him that thing. Like, I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah.
That's a good one. We have a few sayings here in Puerto Rico, but I never heard that one. That's a good one. So tell me a little bit about the themes that you cover on this new album for Cold Flare Eternal.
Well, it's very kind of like real life practical themes. Again, Wolfheart is a different animal because I want to bring the nature. I want the topics to be connected with the Nordic history or the nature or mythology. So that kind of like that sets certain boundaries also. Like there is already the topics are already there. I'm just following those rabbit holes. But before they're done, I can just live in the moment, so to speak. And like the lyrics are mainly based on the same energy I mentioned that the band has now. It's like I don't know how to explain it. Again, this is the first interview of the whole album media cycle. I don't have the answers. Like if this interview would happen in 4 weeks, I would just copy paste answers in my brain and just make a combination of those. But this is the first ones are always the ones that I'm a little bit like lost with words at some point. I don't know how to explain it exactly, but it's just like the positive energy and this certain defiance and this kind of like mood that we are back and we're just gonna show everybody how it's done again. This kind of like it's even though the terms and the topics might not be positive on the lyrics, but everything is driven by this huge positive energy that we have in the band. And because also again, it does have a huge effect when you tour more with the band, because then your whole mindset goes into like what kind of music I want to play on the next tour, what kind of new songs I want to be able to bring to the stage, and a lot of that is that kind of like energy we want to bring to the audience, in front of the audience. That's on the lyrics and that's on the music.
Yeah, no, good thing. And so since this is the first interview you've done this, like the father thing is exclusive for me. Like, that will be the highlight. So I want to show the artwork of the album. I think that a difference from this album, I think it feels more like the songs feel very immediate because they're like 3.5 minutes to 4. So it's like an immediate type of record, like a lot of flow to the song. So here we have the artwork. I wrote, I think, oh, I forgot to write the name of who did the artwork, but tell me a little bit of what the band was going for with this artwork.
Well, actually, again, in a lot of occasions, I just drop the ball for the actual professionals. And we've been working with this graphic artist, Gogo Malone, in the past. She's been also doing some merchandise designs for Wolfheart and Dawn of Solace. So very familiar for me. And I just wanted to get that, like her ideas. And then we get few like different like drafts and ideas. And then we told her where we would want the cover to be. But yeah, again, I'm a songwriter. I know that's where my strength lies. I would be a horrible graphic designer. So again I shouldn't teach my father how to fuck. I think that applies in many, like it's Finnish sayings are very practical also, but the idea came from her, and we thought like this is gonna look super cool. We decided to have because it has like it's not colorful in that like in the sense of the word, but it has the blue and the red, so that gave us like a really cool vinyl ideas for the color and splatter editions of the vinyl. And yeah,
Yeah, plus it looks cool. It looks
It,
cool.
it does look cool. And this whole new logo version that is in the middle with the more spikes and stuff that came also from her. So this is her creation based on the music wrote. And I think that's the best way to do it, because they are artists on their crafts. Let them do the art, and I always try to interfere as less as possible, because yeah, I think that ultimately brings the best result.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's a cool artwork, and it really goes with the music. And I love the intro to this album because it's like feels like very electronic and epic. And I think that's the difference that you were mentioning from Wolfhard to this one. Also, this one, like the music, you have some electronic elements that differentiate from your other band. Uh, and I like the way that the album sounds. Tell me, how the production for this, the recording process. What was the recording process for this record?
It was very similar than with the Stormbringers, and also from the last three albums we did back in the days. Like our solo guitar player Juho, he's super professional sound engineer. That his main profession is to record and produce other bands and mix them. But we have done so many albums together. He did the first Dawn of Solace album 2026 already, and he recorded Deadlight album. That was the first album we made together. So his sound engineering has been part of the band's sound for almost like 20 years now. So it's there was not much new in the process. We knew that what we wanted to have, we knew exactly what we want to improve from the previous album, and it was just again different energy. There was a lot more positive energy this time, because we came from the tour to the studio, and we know we're gonna be back on the road. So it's a lot of fun things that we have like been doing, and we gonna see in the very near future. So it was a lot more relaxed and fun also at the studio, because when the band is happy, things go so much smoother. When you don't see any troubles in the horizon, and you are just happy to be able to do what you do. It's not always like that. This frustration can very easily sneak into like this band chemistry and mood, but we just are in complete void of that. So it's one of the most fun and easiest recording sessions I've ever been part of.
Yeah, and I think it shows. It shows like when I listen to the album, I see the music video. It looks like you guys are having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes in metal, a lot of artists says that they have to be miserable in order to create great art, and I say that's bullshit. like, like you don't have to.
Yeah, I do agree. Like I think to be able to create art, you need to understand misery, but you don't need to be miserable. Like at least in my case, like I function so much better when it's with the songwriting and studio work and with everything when I'm already happy. Like when I'm happy and when I'm in a good place in my life, it's so much easier to write music about sadness. I think when you are not in that mind space, you write differently. You see that as something. There's like this romantic factor. Same like it's why I like to write sometimes Wolfhard albums outside Finland. I've done a few albums in Athens. The writing process, when I don't see the Finnish winter, and when I don't suffer the coldness, and I don't get pissed off by the 2 meters of snow blocking me from the rest of the world, I see the winter completely differently. Then it becomes like this magical winter wonderland. But same thing with the misery. Is you need to understand, and you need to able to process. You need to able to paint miserable pictures and sad songs. But I don't think the sadness in you helps at all. That's just I can't imagine like writing anything when I'm in a very dark place. It's just, yeah.
It's that's a good thing, because sometimes there's people that are like, no, I can't write if I'm happy. I'm like, okay. So it's a good thing that for you, I think it's more healthy. You can write that stuff without actually being sad. And I'm guessing recording in Greece helps. Going to the
It does. It does, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, well, I'm honored that I'm the first interview for this run of this new album for Cold Flare Eternal. So yeah, you already told me you're gonna go on tours when this comes out in September. I'm guessing the people I can put the link for the pre-orders for Reaper Entertainment. I'm sure there's gonna be lots of vinyl variants for it that people can buy like so yeah, like yeah, this seems like it's like a cool, it's a cool band. I've listened to them before. I've listened to the music before. So it's a cool thing, and the drumming, yeah, I like the drumming. Like it seems like you're having fun drumming. This is a drummer question. Like what, like any drummers that inspired your style?
A lot of drummers. Like that's like I still think that I'm mainly a guitar player. That's what I started back in the days, and that's what I use as a tool for songwriting. But I never was interested of other guitar players. I never watched guitar videos. But I always watch drumming videos. Like I've been super like lucky that I have been able to play with so many super talented drummers. Like one of my drummer idols was Jonas, that nowadays plays in Before the Dawn, but I knew him from other bands when I was a lot younger. The drummer of Swallow the Sun, Juuso, he's done already like one tour with us. We played together several shows with Valtteri Väyrynen, who nowadays plays in Opeth. One of the older Before the Dawn drummers, Atte, plays nowadays in Beast in Black. Amazing drummer. Even Ukri Suvilehto, who plays in Abath nowadays, he played in one short period in Before the Dawn. So I've been super lucky to be able to play with so many talented and amazing drummers as a guitar player, and that helps a lot with the understanding what I need to become as a drummer to serve the band the way I heard them do when I play, because it's not just you playing. It's never just about the drumming. It's what kind of platform you build rhythmically for the rest of the band to follow. That defines the whole groove and tightness and everything of the whole band. So being able to play with so many different amazing drummers, has been huge benefit for me as a drummer now, because now I know so well what I need to do. It's not how cool I look, or it's not how cool things I play. It's what I serve for the rest of the band. I need to be the train leader of the train, and they need to be able to follow. And that's the biggest contribution of any drummer, to bring the groove and bring the backbone for the music. And I hear a lot of drummers don't do that too well, even though if the drummers are super fast, they have super cool feels, and they've been learning a lot of things with the focus that I want to be cool drummer. But it's never about you. You need to be, at least drummer needs to be the biggest team player. But if I would need to pick one drummer that just like is above everything else, is Gavin Harrison from Porcupine Tree. Like I still, like, at least once a month, if I'm bored, if I have a crappy day, I go to YouTube, and there's this one video of him playing the song Sound of Music in some drum festival, and I just listen to the snare, and then everything is okay. It's so good sounding playing, so everything is so cool about his playing and his philosophy with the drums. So he would be the number one pick. But
yeah, and I think, like you said, that the drummer's job is to complement the songs. Like
yeah,
you the songs and give like the backbone. So Tuomas, it's been great chatting with you again. So Couchers Before the Dawn, Cold Flare Eternal, out September the 5th. It seems like it's far away, but it's only 2 months away. Like
It's not that far. Well, like when from the band's perspective, there's so many things going on at the moment. We still are gonna do some videos. There's singles coming. Interviews started today, so there's like it is actually quite annoyingly short time. Now the calendar is starting to be really packed. But again, not complaining is a good thing. A lot of medias, a lot of people seem to be very interested of the album, so it is a good time to be busy. But yeah, September is just around the corner.
it is just around the corner. So Tuomas, before I let you go, anything you like to say to the fans before we go?
Well, we as a band and me as a band leader just hope that you will enjoy the album, because there's so much happiness in the music of this particular Before the Dawn album. Like compared to any of the albums I've done, there was so much smile and laughter at the studio that is on the album and in the energy. So I really hope you get to enjoy it.
Perfect. So, again, Tuomas, I want to thank you for joining me from Finland here to Puerto Rico to talk about Before the Dawn. So, Couchers, I'll post the link for people who want to pre-order and follow the band. So, until next time, Couchers, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on a Couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.